Hey, welcome back to Hot Water Wrestling. You're enjoying a little pre-Easter egg. Not bad. Green mint jelly beans, orange jelly beans. No one likes the black ones. I don't like the black ones. As I've grown older, I tolerate them more. Sometimes I eat them. I used to spit them out, but all right. Let's get down to business. Kurt Angle is back in the WWE. Yet he's younger, and apparently he got his hair back, but how did he get that, like, annoying lisp? My God. I'm shocked, actually, that I'm the first guy to come on here and say this, that Jack Swagger looks just like Kurt Angle. But there is some good news to that, or some consolation to that, and that is that the WWF, WWE has always typically had a Stars and Stripes wrestler on their roster. Before there was Kurt Angle, there was Ken Patera, who was billed as an Olympian, not an Olympic gold medal winner, but as an Olympian, and he donned the Stars and Stripes uniform. You also had the USA Express, which was Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo, and then you had Kurt Angle, and I might be missing one in there. I think they had Lex Luger dressed in Stars and Stripes for a little while, if I'm not mistaken. Then, of course, we had Kurt Angle, which was the biggest excuse of all to have a Stars and Stripes wrestler, because he indeed is and was an Olympic gold medalist. Isn't that amazing? It is. Every time I think about it and say it, I'm just like, wow, the guy won the Olympics, and he's in wrestling, and he's really good. So, anyways, before we, knock Jack Swagger, it's always been something that's in the cards for WWE, and Jack Swagger is doing nothing more than filling a void. And, a while back, I made a little comment that, Jack Swagger could most certainly be the new Kurt Angle. He is a very good wrestler, a real amateur wrestler. He was a collegiate champion. He was a national champion. He was an All-American, as we know, All-American American. Shelton Benjamin's right there with him. And perhaps this will help out Shelton Benjamin. Maybe they'll do a program together. I'd love to see Shelton turn face and fight Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger is going to be annoying, just like Kurt Angle was, and he's going to be a butthead, just like Kurt Angle was. That's kind of how they do it. Ken Patera was the same way. I don't know if there's ever been a good guy Stars and Stripes wrestler, at least not out of those three. But it should be interesting. And, now that we're talking about Jack Swagger, let me say that, don't be so upset that he won the World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, first of all, he deserves it much more than, say, Sheamus. Just for the sole fact that he's paid his dues, you know what I mean? He's been in there longer. But, we've been screaming for change in the WWE. We've been, screaming, get this stale crap out of here, make it better, make it fresher. And I have to say, I think they're going in that direction. I think we're going to see a lot of changes in the company here in the year of 2010, and this is just the beginning of it. And I think we need to get out there and, support it. Nothing's going to happen to Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho is going to go to the Hall of Fame. He's one of the greatest wrestlers they've ever had in the company. He's still going to continue to entertain us and give us amazing matches. He'll probably win another championship before it's all said and done, so I wouldn't quite worry about old Chris Jericho. I'm sure he's actually happy to give Jack Swagger the push. So, it is unfortunate just because I would really like to see WWE give someone a long title reign. And I thought that maybe it would happen here with Chris Jericho. I really did. I thought, him and Edge would feud for a little while. But it seems that, they still might have a feud going, but it's not going to be for the gold. But then again, if they're not feuding for the gold, then Edge doesn't get the gold back. And we all know that Edge had the gold off and on, all throughout 2008. I mean, he was, every time I turn around, winning a championship. And that started to get old, as much as I love the guy. So maybe we're going to get some new creative direction that's actually going to please us more. Now this has happened, so I want everyone to think about that. But one thing about Jack Swagger is he came out in that robe with the hood down over his eyes. And I mean, that's a little too Kurt Angle for me. I mean, it's one thing to have the Stars and Stripes attire, but it's another thing to take someone's entrance and use the robe like he used it. I mean, it was a little ridiculous. I think that's taking things a little far. So I would hope that maybe they get rid of that and maybe put those earmuff things on him or figure something else out, because that's a little too biting Kurt Angle, if you ask me. But hey, the way TNA is going, Team Angle could be reformed in the WWE before long. TNA did a horrible rating the other night versus Raw. So, I mean, I hope that they can keep it together. They need to make some changes. But anyways, yeah, Jack Swagger coming out in Kurt Angle's robe, that kind of pissed me off a little bit. I'm hoping that it's a short-lived thing, and hey, if it continues, whatever. I mean, Jack Swagger's there to piss us off. That's his sole purpose. So anyways, well, I just wanted to come on here and say that. I wanted to say, hey, Shawn Michaels gave a really heartfelt farewell, and, much love to him, much respect. Never one of my very favorite wrestlers, but really respect the guy, and after last night, even respect him more. And he's got closure with Brett. He's got closure on his career, and hopefully he doesn't come back on his word. And we'll definitely be welcoming him into the WWE Hall of Fame shortly, won't we? Well, I'll see you next time on Hot Water Wrestling.